All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadas. Double honor to the apostle and great millstone, our teachers. And salutations to the icon that teaching the truth out the four corner of earth. Showing shit, resting that right week in, week out for the word and for Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. So, this is a quick lesson. I woke up this morning and it was on my spirit. It's locking. It was on my spirit. Like, remember Job. Now, if you know anything about the book of Job, Job lost everything. Let's see. Job lost everything, and he was a representation of the elect of Israel, right? And if you know, and it's true, hey, you're gonna lose a lot of things. Let's get that. See, the Lord said, this Matthew 10 and 38. It's saying, he that take not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loses his life for my sake shall find it, man. So when you come in this truth, you're gonna have to put off a lot of things that you used to do. That old man, that old residue, that superfluity, right? And become this new creature. And when you become this new creature, the Lord will take things away from you, like your family, like jobs, or your wife, things that you clearly deeply care about when you was among the world. Now, we know Job was an upright man, right? And the Lord still afflicted him, yes. Because guess what? He was being tried. He was being tested. And that's the same thing about us. We are being tested and tried to see who do we really love. Do we really love the Lord, or do we love this world? Now, I'm going to tell you, it's a difficult battle. But you have to endure it. I tell you that in James. Let's get that. This James. You have to endure it, because if you don't, hey, you will get destroyed. That says the scriptures, man. The Lord will destroy you, man. And you don't want to get destroyed because, man, you might go through them foreshore judgments. You definitely would get that missile. And that's a painful death. It's a large kill. Man. This is James 1, verse 12. It say, blessed is the man that endure temptation. So you are blessed if you endure temptation. Now, when temptation go into the word try, to be tested, man. So when the Lord trying you, like he did Job, which we gonna get, hey, you are blessed. It say, when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. So when you endure these things, you shall receive that crown of life. Hey, that crown of life that never shall fade away. That crown of life that Second Esdras talk about, when the Lord, that man that was taller than the rest, and he put crowns on top of their heads. Hey, that's that crown. And that's what we hope to get by what? Reading these scriptures, the things we're running for foretime, learning for our learning. Remember Job, man. A lot of the men of the Lord, but remember Job, because Job had everything taken away from him. Let me get a couple of accounts. I believe it's the first chapter. Bear with me. This Job, the first chapter. I'm gonna just start at 6. It say, now there was a day when the son of Yahweh, God, came to present themselves before the Lamb, and Satan came among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, where come thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it. So This also cut that hell doctrine, or that Lucifer doctrine, man. Lucifer's heresy doctrine that Satan was sent down into the earth. He disobeyed God and sent the whatever. That shit is all bullshit, man. Because when you read this right here, hey, Satan come among the counsel of God, and he said, man, I walked in to and fro up and down the earth. Let's read on. 8, and the Lord said unto Satan, have thou considered my servant Job? So this what Lord said. He said, you consider my servant Job, that there are none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that fear Yahweh and true evil. Then Satan answered and said, does Job fear God for naught? Have not that made a hedge about him and about his house and about all he had on every side? Because guess what? The Lord is a protector. The Lord will protect us as long as we in fear and we fear the Lord and doing what he says. It say, thou hast blessed the work of his hand and hast substance and his increase in the land. So the Lord hath protected him and gave him much substance. Let's keep on reading. But by the force of the hand now and for all he had, and he had cursed thee to this face. So Satan said, hey, put his face, let me touch him. And I bet he cursed you. So he finna about to be tried. It say, and the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he had is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thy hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord, and there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their older brother's house. And there came a messenger to Job and said, the ox was prone and the ass feeding beside them. And Sabine fell upon them and took them away, yet they have slain the servant with the edge of the sword, and only escape alone to tell thee. So now he's being tried. Job is actually being tried right here. And Satan is doing it. The Lord allowed Satan to go down and try Job. The same thing as today. Hey, Satan tries, or we go through certain afflictions. Hey, but guess what? We have to endure these things. The Lord told Job, gird up your loins like a man. Hey, because of course we know you get through, you go through certain things, you upset, you're frustrated, you're mad. But you can't be mad at the Heavenly Father. He did these things. He gave you those things. How could you be mad at someone that gave you these things? Hey, that's why the Lord blessed Job how he did after all these things happened. It say, while he was yet speaking, there came another and said, the fire of Yahweh is fallen from heaven and have burnt up the sheep and their servants and consumed them, and not only as escape alone to tell thee. While he yet speaking, there came also another and said, the Chaldean made out 3 bands and fell upon the Campbell and had carried them away, yet and slain the servant with the edge of the sword, and I only escaped and to tell thee. While he yet speaking, there another said, their sons and their daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house, and behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smoked the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young man, and they are dead, and only I escaped to tell thee, man. So the Lord fucked Joel up, man. Messed him up. His cattle, his land, his kids. Man, that's a heavy affliction to go through. Especially knowing how the Lord works, how he was protecting you for so long. That messed with a man's mind. Let's read on. It say, then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshiped, and said, naked came I out of my womb, and naked shall I return hither. And the Lord give and hath taken away. Blessed is his name of the Lord. And all this Job sinned not nor charged foolishly, man. Because guess what? He knew the power of Yahweh Bashem Awashai. And that's how we supposed to be, man. When we going through this affliction, or when we going through certain things, and we can't get upset. We can't get mad. We have to start leaning on the Lord more. Remember Job, man. Remember how he dealt with situations. And I'm not saying it's going to be the best, like, you're going to be the best person to deal with it. But remember how our forefathers did with certain things, man. Especially Job, man. And we have to be patient and remember the Lord is merciful, man, in all his ways. So this James the 5th chapter. Um, 10. Take my brethren the prophets who have spoken my name of the Lord for example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. So we were suffering and affliction and of patience. We have to have patience, especially in this truth. Verse 11. Behold, we count them happy which endure. So the Lord count you happy if you endure. If you endure the affliction, the patience, and the things that you're going through, hey, you are blessed. You are happy, right? The Lord is happy with you. You have heard of the patience of Job, and how he's seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and tender and mercy, man. Because guess what? The Lord blessed the latter end of Job better than the first. Hey, he had more substance. He had more children. Hey, he even Job was afflicted with boils and things like that. Hey, the Lord still took all those things away from him because what? He still trusted him. And that's how we supposed to be. The more and more we get into this truth, the more and more the Lord jack us up, the more and more things happen. We supposed to still abide and trust in the Lord regardless, man, because hey, he's the one that's going to get us out this situation, and he's the one that's put us in that situation, man. So I hope this lesson was edified, man. Just remember Job, man, how he dealt with his affliction and how he went through certain things, man. And he always still trusted in the Lord. So never doubt or get too frustrated to a point that you want to stop doing his work. Remember that the Lord can take these things away. You don't want to fall even deeper to a hole like quicksand, man. You don't want that. You want to be able to get out that jam, and the only way to get out that quicksand is leaning on the Lord, man. Hey, I'm out of fact. I got one more precept, and we can close it out with this. Salaki. This 1 Corinthians 10, verse 13. It says, "There have no temptation take you but such as common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you might be able to bear it," man. And that's the key. The Lord is never going to forsake his righteousness. It tell you that in Sirach, the 2nd chapter, man, that he will always come back and get you, even through temptation, man, that you might be able to bear it. So Job would be able to bear it, you to be able to bear it. Just keep fighting and enduring this affliction and this temptation while we in this kingdom, man. Because we at the end of this thing, we got to keep pushing, man. So with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Baal Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Baal Hashem, Kakadash, double honor to the apostle and great millstone, our teachers, and salutations to the icon, teaching the truth of the folk on the earth and children of the city, man. Till next time, I want to say Shalom and a ball for ball.